No sound.
We are live.
No sound.
We are live. We're live. We're live.
It won't let me hit upload.
We're live. I'm gonna do audio tests. You
The
guys.
amulet.
The amulet.
The amulet.
Dumbass.
I was just gonna add the da 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 like Blue Lobster sound effect.
I'm gonna check audio real quick. So I'm gonna mute you guys.
Audio?
You guys keep talking.
Okay.
Okay.
Talking.
I've spoken before, and I will do so again right now.
And we will continue to speak.
We'll continue to speak. I have prepped so much for this session 0, and I say that both sarcastically and genuinely. I've prepped more than I normally do, and not enough.
Truly.
I need to pull up
Shallow
a fix
Rivers
before.
was just playing really loudly in the background because I accidentally Spotify open. Whoops.
Whoops.
Can you put a Bandicam watermark at the top of the screen?
Can I? Bandicam logo.
Can you put one of the like stakes like Instagram ads at the bottom?
Please. As like the sessions progress, we add more stuff.
It's gonna be the finale where we basically do a Scott the Woz in the Big Blue Border sort of situation.
Yes.
We're gonna have so many ads by the end of it, and then on the finale session, they're all gonna go away.
Where is window capture? Can I just open this in a new?
You wouldn't download a window.
I'm gonna figure out how to do this. Display, no. Video, image. Here we go. Add new source instead. Can I add? How do I add the freaking image? I have stream starting soon.
Oh yeah, I have.
Here, I'm gonna link this for Bright here.
I've done the math, and PC budget will be complete next paycheck.
Yeah, let's go.
Yes.
So I will be ordering all the parts 2 Fridays from now. I guess I should check the parts list and make sure everything's still available and the same price.
Can I please put this image in? Imogen
Timmelt?
Whoa.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
I was crazy once.
They locked me in a room.
I wasn't.
Can I please
No.
just add a image?
Never.
Add image.
Did it
Add source.
Did it get rid of my... There it is. Yippee. I say yippee, I do flip, I click heels.
I've got it.
Oh shoot, I might actually have...
I figured it out. Oh my god, I figured it out.
I
figured it out.
I think this guy figured it out.
Chat, please check the stream. Please check the stream. I figured it out.
Hold on.
I've been giving.
Wait, where is?
Here,
where's the stream link?
I'm gonna post it in the register, so you can see this.
Okay, it's so fun.
I've been given unimaginable power. I need to go back to the main thing.
This is so odd. No. No. The amulet. The prophecy.
This is so funny to me. I need to check if like someone's realized I'm streaming and is typing in YouTube chat.
You laughing while being echoed is terrifying.
It is.
Mute the audio that you are hearing, please. Bing bong. We got a message in live chat from me. Bom bom bom.
Mute the stream. You're still being expanded. I really like the Bandicam.
Oh my god!
Oh Jesus!
Oh, this is gonna be echoed in a second. This is gonna be awful.
Oh no! Stop!
Ah, convulsing in my chair.
It
I
doesn't
can
capture
watch
my
you
cursor.
press all the.
It's not capturing my cursor. This is amazing.
It's so much quieter for you.
It is. I don't know why my soundboard's so loud for you guys.
It's deafening. I have been deaf since the first session of Ultrador. I've just been really good at guessing what people are saying. I hope I have been really lucking out with what Benny is supposed to be doing.
Yes. I need to open Arcturus' character sheet. Give me a second.
He's pulling his sheet out.
I'm pulling his sheet out. Oh, what's he gonna do? He's pulling his cock out. Wait.
Can you mute the stream?
What do you mean mute the stream? Am I echoing?
Can you have the audio for the stream pulled up, so it is capturing the audio for the stream.
I don't have the audio for the stream pulled up.
Then I don't know why it's echoing.
Wait, if I mute my microphone.
Testing.
Testing.
I'm waiting for it to catch up. We're still echoing with your microphone muted.
Yeah, and you can't hear it in the stream.
Do you have the stream playing on your device?
Where is it coming from?
Where is it going?
Is it from you?
It's not
This
in
is
Discord, it's just
stream
on the
is-
stream. It's not in Discord, it's just on the stream. Hit you with the bunk tactics. Hit you with the bunk tactics. Use the stream.
What do you mean mute the stream? Am I echoing?
Can you have the audio for the stream pulled up, so it is
The stream
capturing
is-
the audio
is-
for the stream.
I don't have the
Okay,
audio
still
for the
up.
stream pulled up.
Then I
Testing,
don't know
testing.
why it's echoing.
Wait.
Are you playing back through the stream right now? Because I can hear it.
Yes.
it's-
I need to open Arcturus'
Yes. on the pulled up stream. Sage, do you hear the echo?
I don't even know what's happening at this point.
Oh,
I'm
oh,
on the stream, but I'm also confused generally. Yeah.
on the YouTube stream, are we echoing? On the pulled up stream.
Yeah, no, I don't know what's going on. I'm not echoing on my end or like on the stream. I don't know. It's weird.
I don't think so.
Yeah, no, I think we're good. I think you're just
But
tweaking
you're
me.
you're not capturing your audio, I don't think. on the stream.
Yeah, I just turned my audio capture back on. I'm a little
Okay, cool.
loud, but that's about it. But yeah, I went through and I looked through and I wasn't echoing or anything.
Oh, it's because I'm playing the stream in Discord, but also on a web page.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
That makes sense.
I was so confused because I paused the live stream and I still heard it. I am Pepe Silvia right now. I am.
Who is Pepe Sylvia?
So it turns out if you have two of the same stream open with different latencies, there's
Yeah,
going to be,
there's gonna be an
like if you
echo.
have the people talking and then one live stream and then there's more latent live stream, it's probably going to be a twofold echo. Because I was wondering why it wasn't like compounding and doing like the feedback ring that a lot of echoing does when like it is actually a stream problem.
Yeah.
It's because it's a problem completely created by me. So now I'm going to unpause the stream and it's going to be normal.
Do you really want to hear us in stereo?
Yeah, I'm gonna pan my Chrome to all my left ear and I'm gonna pan my Discord to all my right ear. So it is really going to be, like, I'm going to be hearing the future and the past. One audio tells only the truth, one audio tells only lies. That confused me so much, because I really thought everybody was hearing this.
Hey, at least we know it's not
I pulled out my headphone cord accidentally, so I cannot hear right now, but I'm going to use this opportunity to go fill up my water. I'll be back.
All right. Should we like play some music while he's gone? Here, I got this. I got this.
You got this.
What kind of music? I think I've got an idea.
The Fitness Gram Pacer test is a multi-stage aerobic capacity test that progressively gets more difficult as it continues. The 20-meter pacer test will begin in 30 seconds. Line up at the start. The running speed starts slowly, but gets faster each minute after you hear this signal. A single lap should be completed each time you hear this sound. Remember to run in a straight line, and run as long as possible. The second time you fail to complete a lap before the sound, your test is over. The test will begin on the word start. On your mark, get ready, start.
Why is this music so funky?
2,
This is kind of a vibe.
3,
Oh my god. Oh, this got some funk to it. Oh.
4, 5,
This is unironically great music. I love this.
7. End of
Speak.
level 1.
Junebug, please look up. Please go to the stream. Please go to the stream, Junebug. Please go to the stream.
I was so confused.
9,
This is the fitness
Yeah.
gram pacer test audio. I need you to know.
I'm going to pull back up the experience and I'm going to play it in both windows.
Oh, I forgot his character sheet is green. I can hear you listening to it.
You can?
Yes.
Is it just my headphones are close enough to my microphone?
Yeah.
Dang.
The funky beats. The funky beats of the fitness gram pacer test.
They didn't have to go that hard.
For real.
I might be able to get the PC parts sooner than next paycheck.
Oh, for real?
Because I am past the budget point, but that's before taxes. So I'm probably slightly below after taxes. But I could at least start ordering stuff.
Awesome.
I honestly could get everything except... Did I get anything that I could leave out? I don't need a power supply. Could run it on Linux and cut out $120 off the price.
For like a Windows?
Yeah.
Dude, you know you can just get like one of those like off of an old computer, right?
Oh shoot, could I But then if I transferred it off this one, then you
Oh, that's true.
would not have
Do you
Windows.
like you could just go to like
And
a
I tried to transfer it off of like an old Windows 7 laptop and it would not take.
I might transform for my Windows from my old computer that doesn't work to
That'd be pretty.
new one. I don't know.
pretty sick.
We'll see. I don't know how to do that, so
Yeah, we attempted it. I will do more research.
yes.
But at the moment I have to listen to 3 of us. Give me 1 second.
3 of us. 3 of us. 3 of us. 3.
POV, you are in the caves with this group. I'm so glad that the echo is from your perspective and not mine, because that would have shredded my ears thricefold.
I don't know why it's so loud on your end. It's so quiet for me. It's so mean.
It just amplifies as it goes through the internet and gets to us.
Was not expecting to walk into the fitness gram pacer test. Thank you, Bright. Thank you, Bright. Bright cameo. What?
Bright
Whoa. 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 Whoa.
My coworker Daniel, like, almost had an elevator door close on
Daniel!
him, and he hit and Daniel, and he hit the most. He hit the most like Star Fox audio sounding. Whoa, like he hit like a. I can't even do how he did it because it was so quiet, and somehow had like intercom grain on it. But he just went, whoa! And it was. I thought he was about to tell me to do a barrel roll. It was just like he did off that cliff one time in that convertible. Real story that I found out about after the
I'm sorry.
He apparently rolled off the side of a cliff in a convertible one time and was completely fine.
Insane.
Didn't get knocked unconscious, didn't break any bones. He was like sore and he had a few scratches.
If we put the steak logo, will they sponsor us?
Yeah, I think that's how sponsorships work, is they like, if I was to put I think that's why Megatron defected to the Autobots, is so he could get that sweet, sweet sponsorship money. Because as soon as he put the emblem on his chest, he started getting ad revenue.
That's crazy. I'm rolling insight right now on that. 21. You can hear me roll in D&D Beyond on the stream. How do I...
Are you using digital dice for this?
No, I'm not going to use digital dice. It's like, I'll roll. I'll only use digital dice if I need to roll a bunch of dice at once.
Gotcha. See, that is my favorite part of having physical dice, is I have so many. I have so many cheap Chessex dice that I could lose all of them. I would have zero problem.
That's so real.
Because I just have a fountain of D6s.
I forget Arcturus has a +3 to charisma.
That's wild, actually.
That's
Why does
how
he have that?
He's...
I mean, I feel like there's a minimum of some kind of score you have to have to be with Amara. Because like, otherwise how?
That's not charisma. That's how autistic he gets about plants, and it just, like, through osmosis becomes charismatic.
Yeah, in my argument, that is charisma. For my own sake, that is charisma.
He's got that riz. That autistic riz. This is gonna be so wild on Bright's end.
Bright just heard about... I've never spoken to Bright, and Bright has gained information about my coworker, like, being fine in a near-death experience.
It's like a vine boom sound effect of the dice rolling. Boom.
Two Coca-Colas.
Jeez, so loud.
Two Coca-Colas. Two Coca-Colas.
Ah!
Two Coca-Colas. I should make...
Stop! Please.
Okay.
The bullets! I still hear them. I should make a new Uh-Oh Stinky audio, but it's two Coca-Colas. Uh-oh, John. Do you remember the old Uh-Oh Stinky audio?
I do.
I think I still have it on voice mod somewhere.
You know who else?
That audio better get shorter every time it is played.
You know who?
It just won't play. If I keep clicking, it won't play.
If I don't move, they can't see me. It's like when you go to the in Ant-Man when he it's like Ant-Man when he goes to the quantum realm, he just keeps shrinking, so the audio is still getting shorter. It's just at some point.
At some point, we just can't perceive it.
Yeah. Until one's finger breaks and it snaps back to full size.
My finger just like I'm clicking so rapidly, my finger just fully like just disappears, because it actually time travels and I don't.
can't believe that a singularity appeared and then like rectified itself entirely encasing just your pointer finger.
No, that's crazy. I was actually using my middle finger for
Wow.
that.
Too bad, your pointer finger's gone.
No.
The universe makes mistakes, and one of them is it took the wrong finger.
Rest in peace, the finger. Alright, I think I'm ready to start. We've got Sage here, who is the resident expert on playing the boy. She has more experience than I.
It'll never stop being funny.
No, it will not.
We will finally get you a little bit closer to being the foremost expert in playing your character.
Yes. How long did you play boy for?
Boy.
Boy. Depends on the weapon and the man.
This is for a one shot.
Yeah. It was just like a quick scene, because he what, dueled someone?
Yeah, he dueled my brother's character,
That's so funny.
which was a giant Oni.
Dude, it's not. Brother is not built for this.
Bro is not built for this.
No wonder he lost.
He lost. Yeah.
Was he at least close? No.
No.
That was a fucking cakewalk.
Stop walking on cake. It's not good for it.
But dude, it's so therapeutic.
It's not. It feels bad.
Your face feels bad to step on. Oh, you sound so genuine.
And this is how Kasov gets you.
No!
Oh.
Fuck. Not this man.
Joke's on you, I've been playing. Kasov also sounds exactly like me.
Wait, but he's not a woman. That means he's evil! That's just how we tell if you're trying to introduce like a twist villain.
Sage, do
okay.
you know about that bit?
No.
Okay, so there's a Brennan Lee Mulligan. Brennan Lee Mulligan did a Wired autocomplete interview. At some point he was just like, yeah, the 2 times that I've heard that I am just using my voice for an NPC is either when they're evil or a woman. And I was like, me, actually. So if I ever use my own voice and it's not a woman, it's a bad guy.
Yes. Noted.
I like the thought of just us being able to read that it's a bad guy by, is it a woman? No. Like a checklist.
I have to start making it's like the Samsung versus Apple, like it's like if a character has a Samsung or an Apple in a movie.
Yes.
I've got to start making all of my villains women just so they can be twists.
That's so evil. You're so mean for that. I
really
love
like
that
the
bit,
concept
though.
that all of my villains not only have my same like vocal, are in my normal vocal range, but also speak in the same cadence, like lingua and tone that I do.
Yeah.
So they just sound like me. The Leviathan of Stars says 2 Coca-Colas. Often.
2 Coca-Colas. As he's burning the Feywild. You know what I could go for? 2 Coca-Colas.
This is just like that one Transformers thing.
I'm trying to figure out which one. I feel like I know what you're talking about.
This is just like Tyrist's kill switch. Guys, this is
dude.
He's just
wait. Don't forget the semicolon. Don't forget the semicolon.
It's just a realm burning before him. He's just like, guys, I have an issue of More Than Meets the Eye. You have to read this.
Like, no, that's how Shiva's backstory happened. Leviathan and Stars showed up and saw this chat. I was like, man, do I have a story for you?
So I started.
Alright, I think
I have a ditto drawn on the back of my hand, and he gives me great moral comfort.
Bright said to tell Daniel that she's glad he's okay, etc.
Gotcha. Daniel does not know who Bright is, so I. And also, he told me this story like 2 months ago. So I will just walk up to Daniel and say like, "Hey, someone wanted to let you know that they're glad you're okay." You don't know them. They don't know you. But they said they're glad you're okay. And then I'll high five him and I'll skateboard away. Alright, is it time?
I believe it is time.
I think I am as prepared as I get, which is not very, but
Should I get some
nonetheless.
royalty-free D&D music playing?
That is up to you.
I will do that. We will.
We will have not a single monarch.
It progressively gets more difficult
this-
as it continues. The 20-meter pacer test
this
will
stream.
begin in 30 seconds. Line up at the start. The running speed starts slowly, but gets faster each minute after you hear this signal. A single lap should be completed each time you hear this sound. Remember to run in a straight line, and run as long as possible. The second time you fail to complete a lap before the sound, your test is over.
Is
The
the
test will
pacer
begin
test
on the
audio
word
royalty
start.
free?
I assume so.
We're gonna get sued so hard.
Who's gonna pay attention to a channel with 20 subscribers?
Us and I, $0 we're making from the stream.
Exactly. We need someone to like monetize us. We need we need a sponsorship deal. Is the music too loud or is that good?
We haven't caught up yet.
Let it.
There. It's like. It could be like a tad bit louder, like a half an inch. It could be half an inch louder.
Like that? Give it a second. It usually takes like 30 seconds to catch up.
What if I letter opened a guy?
Don't do that.
Ooh.
We have 3
Yeah, that
people
works.
watching.
That's a good volume, I think.
Who's the 3
Yeah,
people
Jane.
watching?
I think it's us.
Oh, okay. What the fuck?
What the Sigma? Sorry.
What the Sigma?
My apologies. I know I shouldn't speak the devil's tongue here.
What the Sigma? This is some fucking good music, man.
We're going crazy. I'm in a mosh pit right now.
I'm singing Sleeping Giants at the top of my lungs.
I played Sleeping Giants on the work speaker today.
Why is Cobalt here? What are you doing here?
Me when I defeat the wall of flesh in Terraria. Why is Cobalt here?
Why is Cobalt here? Anyways, I guess Cobalt's here just join the ride of us playing D&D.
Who Cobalt?
Cobalt's a guy from one of the message boards I'm on.
Sick.
Anyways, hello.
I have a little cherry band-aid on.
Fun fact.
Just some things you should know about.
The Bandicam logo is killing me.
it it makes it seem like everything else is lower quality just by it being on screen.
It's so funny. I can't wait for us
I'm
to
pretty
add more
sure
stuff.
I'm pretty sure our video can't be rendered in 4K with that logo on screen.
All right, I'm ready to start when you are.
Alright, let me make sure I can do a voice real quick.
Yes. The Fitness Gram Pacer test is a multi-stage aerobic capacity test.
Oh, please, I beg.
I return. I had to do my activation phrase for him.
Was it Insipid Boy?
It was not Insipid Boy. I'm not doing him yet.
Okay.
No, and I just right now because of that one edit, now my activation phrase for him is just why. Oh, if I can hit it. Oh my gosh. Why? Why was I left on Cybertron for scrap?
I love that.
Why? It's that edit is so good.
It is.
I
might
and the
turn music down a smidge because it's a little loud for me. There we go.
I invented the Quantical Psychic Patch. I am aware of its idiosyncrasies.
All right, I am ready to go when you are.
I am tempted to force you to
Just
see my perception of things.
Okay, first roll.
Your reply
18.
is your answer is logical. I can't hit the your reply is logical. Alright, that's gonna happen. Alright.
Weeble, 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 weeble. Weeble.
Alright. I need to stop. I think tea would. I think a warm drink would be good for getting me down to Altair. Because I think if my brain is doing the math right, a cold drink would make your range higher because it tightens the vocal cords. And a warm drink would loosen them. I don't know if that's how that works at all. But it makes sense in my brain and I feel like it's worked before. I am ready.
All right. Ribby.
Alright. So, first session 0 of Arc 2. He's not around right now. But I just wanted to remind myself of a few things. Before we get to the next part. We begin at an old run-down bar on the outskirts of the town of July. A fight had recently broken out. And a larger man had stepped in to attempt to de-escalate it and got clocked straight in the nose. Arcturus, you now tend to this man's injuries. He's about, I think he's like 6'6". He's got a nose that's very obviously been broken before. You know this man. He's got short, not thinning but thin hair. Not quite a buzz cut, but it's not far past it. He wears a long coat over just an old tunic, trousers, and heavy boots. He has his hat at his side, and he begrudgingly allows you to reset his nose.
I'm correct in assuming this is Simon, right?
Yes. Is Simon? I think Simon is Alice Guerra.
Oh, which one's this one?
This one is Vlad.
Vlad.
Um,
What's his last name? I feel like.
I don't remember. I don't remember writing a name for Yola. A like, human
Beauregard.
name. Was his last name Beauregard?
We're making it Beauregard now.
We're making it Beauregard. His name is Vlad Beauregard. But yeah, he has his nose has several of those notches that show where it's been broken before, as well as many just random scars across his face. Although his face is like his skin is very well kept. Like it's a little bit odd. He clearly has a routine.
I love him. I think Arcturus just like reaches up and like takes a hold of his nose before resetting it. Just like, well, I'm sorry for this, Beauregard, Mr. Beauregard, and he just like sets it back into place.
You know, it'd be better if you didn't apologize for it first.
Force of habit. He like brings out some bandages and like starts dressing a cut from where like a bottle was broken over him. It's just like, I don't understand why you get yourself in these fights. So often, at least.
Hobby.
What was that?
Hobby.
Hobby? Mr. Beauregard, I don't think this is a hobby.
Ooh. Thanks, Doc. You should go probably check on those other two. They're worse off than I am.
I fear you're right. Just try to stay out of trouble for the rest of the day.
I'll do my best. And he puts his hat back on and just wanders into the sands of the desert away from July. And as some dust picks up, he just like disappears.
Strange fellow. And Arcturus just like picks up his bag and like very quickly walks over to the other two and sets his stuff down and begins trying to at least assess what's going on.
Yeah, there are.
Do you want me to roll
there
medicine?
are- Yeah, go and roll me medicine.
Ooh, 15?
15. There are two. There are two folk from the town. You would know them at this point. They drink at this establishment quite a lot. They it looks like they got into a brawl over something. One of their wives is over in the corner. So you assume it might have been something to do with that. But yeah, one of them is like puffing and just sort of a poor mood off in the corner. He's standing. He's fairly fine. Looks like he sort of got pushed off by Vlad. And then another man is like laying back in one of the like booths where you assume he got pushed into. Both of them have several like bruises on their face, as well as a couple like cuts from glass shards that happened before or during Mr. Beauregard's interruption. Nothing as bad as the broken nose that Beauregard suffered. But yeah, so they both look pretty roughed up, but nothing fatal.
I think Arcturus does just like try and dress the wounds as best he can, even though they're not like anything super serious. He doesn't want any infections to start, and I do think he does try to ignore like the definite like muttered like swears or insults that are thrown his way.
Yeah, I think definitely, especially surrounded by this many drunkards, you hear the word fairy in a unpleasant tone at least once. But on a 15, you do your work. They are a lot less friendly than Bo was, but they take it.
I think he like looks up at one of them and is just like, "Do you mind telling me what happened?"
Yeah, I was just trying to make a joke, and that fellow over there, he did not take too kindly to it. I think he's a little bit of a I don't think he can stand up for himself too well. He didn't seem too appreciative of me making jokes on his behalf.
Well, I think it's best that if you two are in the same room again, that you refrain from that. I think he just like he pulls out some disinfectant and is like, "This might sting a little. I'm sorry." And like douses the wound with it.
He like swears under his breath, and like tears like gather at his eye for a second, and then he makes a like very clear effort to look like that hurt less than it did, for a very small wound. And then he tries to like shrug it off and be like, "Thanks, Doc," but he's like very clearly wincing very heavily.
I think after Arcturus is done, like cleaning up wounds, he goes to the saloon owner, Rita. I don't know why she has a name and no one else does it. Don't ask me why I've named her. And it's just like, how much for the damage?
What? Why would you be?
Just tell me.
I mean, they really only broke a few bottles, and it was drinks they already paid for. So, I probably a few copper worth and stuff, but.
Arcturus like digs in his bag and pulls out a few copper pieces before setting it on the bar.
Fine, I guess somebody's paying for them, but don't go condone it.
I'm getting 2 note for bar fight.
for bar fights as it is.
Yeah. He just like nods before like grabbing his things and heading out.
Arcturus, where are you heading as you leave the bar?
I don't know, what's everything looking around here?
I'd say it's probably about. It's getting closer to. Those were some of the earlier drinkers at the bar, but it's starting to get a little bit later. The sun is starting to dip behind the like dust clouds at that on the horizon, so it's starting to get close to dusk. So folks are starting to finish up their work for the day. There's some of the lanterns are being lit at this point. Everybody seems to be closing up shop and either going to their nighttime activities or returning to their homes.
I think Arcturus just first off just goes to like the center of town to like where the fountain is and just kind of just like stands there for a bit, just kind of like thinking. It's a calm place for him, I guess.
Roll me a nature check.
Oh, I'm good at those. I'm not. I have a +2. What? I'm a druid. 14.
14. You see as you like stare over the fountain, and you like get a glimpse of your reflection, and it looks back at you for a second, and then looks away and begins to run further down into the fountain, and splits off into 2 and then 4 and then 6 as a few of these little reflection spirits just sort of start playing with your image along the surface of the water.
Oh, that's cute. I think Arcturus just kind of like stares at them a bit fondly before picking up his staff again and starting to head home.
These little reflections wave you a little bit of a goodbye as you head back towards your and your wife's abode. As you enter your home, you normally enter to either the sound of clanging against metal or just some sort of like adjusting, maybe the sound of something being wrenched. Occasionally it's some woodworking going on, so occasionally there's the sound of like a hand. Yeah, like, you walk into your house and it is dead.
It's dead quiet.
Yes.
You cut out for a lot of that.
There's not a... Oh, shoot.
It's good. I got the gist of it.
A lot of times... Yeah. Your house is dead quiet. There is an absence of any sort of noise, but you see a satchel on the table that implies that Amara should be home.
Where's Cactus? First off, where's my cat?
He is sitting... how's your house laid out?
So it's entrance, living room, there's a kitchen like off to like the corner. And like there's the rest of the room is dedicated to hallway space. It's all open, and then there's a staircase leading upstairs, and then off to the right is Amara's workshop. I mean, sorry, the left. The kitchen's on the right.
Cool. In the kitchen, there is a vase that did have flowers in it, but it has been knocked over. The flowers spilled out and then turned back upright, and Cactus is now squeezed into this vase.
Cactus, baby, no. I think Arcturus just kind of like quickly runs over and extracts Cactus out. Young Missy, what are you doing? He like kind of like brushes her hair back a bit. You can't go into vases like that. I know you like the fruit and you like the smells.
How close is Cactus to your face?
Like a solid, like I say 9 inches away.
Does a 18 hit your armor class?
Jesus Christ. First off. Second, yes, it's a 13.
Alright, yeah, so Cactus baps you in the face with her little paw.
Baby.
15 bludgeoning damage. No. But yeah, she just baps you in the face with a little paw. Ow.
Why are you so cranky today? I like set her down back on the floor and like right the vase before putting it somewhere where she can't reach.
Roll me a perception check.
I am good at those. Actually, my passive perception is 17. Do I still need to roll an active one?
I'll let you work with the 17.
All right.
You hear a creak of the floorboard somewhere deeper into the house. And something clatters to the floor. Arcturus, somebody's in your house.
Oh, fun. So Arcturus doesn't really have a lot of weapons on him. He does have a shovel, like a little hand shovel.
A trowel.
Yeah, so I do think he like kind of like quickly like kind of puts his hand on his belt or like into his hip bag where it's located.
Mm-hmm.
And he like just like very on alert, like antennae shot straight up, just kind of like starts trying to find the source of the noise. You said it came from upstairs, right?
Yes.
So Arcturus like very quietly makes his way upstairs. Should I roll stealth?
Yeah, roll stealth.
Ooh, what is that? It's hard to see. My lights are off. 11.
Yeah, so you, you're not stealthing greatly. It's the floorboards are very creaky. And, you are not the most, discreetly colored individual.
Very green,
as you are
clad.
paper white and clad in green. So you are about as stealthy as a Mothman can be under these circumstances.
I'm doing my best.
Arcturus, you stalk upstairs towards the source of the noise, and you find a piece of just sheet metal that is clattered to the ground. And as you reach down to inspect it, you hear heavy footsteps behind you, and a shoulder sort of presses into your back as you are lifted onto your wife's shoulder, who rolled a stealth better than your passive perception.
It's insane.
I was only thinking she had a +1, but she had a 19.
She has a 19.
Or like
to
I
stealth?
gave her a plus. No, she rolled 19 and then I gave her a +1 for Dex.
Oh, wonderful.
But yeah, so your wife, who has been stalking around you this whole time, trying to spook you, has now like hoisted you onto her shoulder.
I think Arcturus just like kind of screams before like laughing a lot.
I'm sorry. She giggles at you. I didn't mean to scare. Well, I didn't mean to scare you. You all right?
I think that's the quietest you've ever been.
I did a very good job.
Stars above my heart's racing.
Hold on. And she like shifts you down and just sort of like princess carries you and holds you very close.
You don't have to carry me. I can walk.
I'm aware. She makes no move to sit you down.
Where are we going?
Workshop. I made a new chair that I need you to test out for a good couple hours.
Okay. Just
Do
like
you want, I got some food. I hope that's all right.
you brought food or you got food on the way home?
I got food on the way home. I didn't feel like cooking or didn't feel like you having to leave to cook.
Okay, that's fine.
And she brings you into the workshop where she's made a like wooden chair in her free time, and she like sits you down in it. What do you think? I don't know if the wicker, I haven't worked with wicker that much, so I don't know if the seat's that comfortable, but I can do another iteration of it later.
How comfortable is it?
Let me... Trying to decide what modifier she has for like tinker's tools / woodworking tools. Probably I. I'd say that's a 16. So it's not the most comfortable chair you've sat in, but that's partially because you've sat in some of her best work. Because she does make chairs sometimes as an excuse for you to sit down in the workshop. So it's fairly comfortable. It's like wicker, like a wicker seat on a chair is not the most comfortable thing, but as far as that goes, it's fairly comfortable.
I think this is your best work yet. He kind of like repositions to where like his legs are hanging off of one of the arms.
Really? I wasn't sure if the it's like Wickers doesn't have like quite as much give as like a cushion would, so I wasn't sure if it would cushion the same.
Well, it's kind of like, I don't know how to describe it. Firmer? I don't know. Different. What's the saying? People have different preferences.
Yeah, I assumed you'd want like some of the more softer cushions, but I don't know. But I'm glad you like it. And she like goes off and starts pulling out. She's just been as you look across her like work table, there's just a bunch of like numbered pieces of different shaped and like metal and gears. None of it has any sort of rhyme or reason to it, and she just starts putting it into different like crates.
So
I didn't really know what to make, so I just sort of made a bunch of parts for when I think of what to make.
Oh. I was wondering what was going on there.
Yeah, I'm going through a little bit of a block right now. I don't know what's going on.
So, how long have you been home for?
Not long. It's been like an hour or two. Work wrapped up pretty quickly. A lot of folk at the office were really ready to get out of there. And I was not going to stop them. So, got home early, worked on chair, made some food. How about you? Where all were you today?
Just doing the runs around town, just mainly checking up on folks, and Vlad got in another bar fight, so I had to deal with that.
I swear, I only ever see him here when he's at a bar, like at bars, and I've never even seen him drink.
I don't know, I think it's hard to say, but I think maybe he just feels called to just hang around and, I don't know, keep peace.
He sure has a way of doing that.
I mean, if you look at what he does, it's always... He'll always end up sparing a lot of the aggressors. I don't know how to best describe it. They're in,
Yeah, I know
they're in better shape than he is, and I think he focuses on taking more brunts of attacks from both sides than letting them hurt each other.
Yeah, I wish we saw him around more, other than his vigilante peacemaking. You know? I wish I knew the guy.
He's a nice fellow. He likes being alone, and I can tell that. I've tried to schedule a checkup on him several times, and I don't know, I've visited his place before, and it's... I don't know how to describe it. Empty?
Yeah, he seems like that. Doesn't he just live in a shack out in the waste a little bit?
Yeah. I don't know. I figured he'd have something. Not even a picture or anything. Actually, just out of character, because I know more about Yola's backstory.
Yeah.
Is there anything Arcturus would be able to infer from that from visiting him?
Roll me an insight check.
I'm good at these. Oh, that's a crit. For a total of 24.
All right. Arcturus, from what you have gleaned from Bo, he does not spend a lot of time in his house, and when he is there, there's a lot that he does not like to be reminded of. Not any pictures on the walls, because any pictures of people would be pictures of people he would rather not think about. Any excess furniture is just something that's going to get thrown. He lives he lives in his minimalist shack out of necessity to keep trudging along as he is.
Gotcha. And I wouldn't be able to infer anything about like potential partners or family or anything like that.
I think the only thing you'd be able to infer is the absence of a partner, and not by choice.
Gotcha. And he does like have this air of like sorrowfulness and like mourning to him.
Oh yeah, there's a deep like pit of grief in that man. That feels fresh constantly.
I think he lost someone. And I don't know how long ago it was, but I don't think he ever recovered, and I mean, it's been longer than I've been here. 10 years, but I don't know. He seems sad, and I try to help as best I can.
We should invite him over for dinner sometime.
If he'll I'm sure he'll like it if he ever takes us up on it. The problem is getting him to take us up on it.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to ask and pester him until he says yes, though.
You're better for pestering than I am.
Agreed. Speaking of which, I'm tired. I don't know if you're tired. You seem like you've had a long day. I don't really feel like working that much. I feel like cuddling. You feel like cuddling?
Yes, I do.
Alright, we're going to the couch. Come on. And she, like, scoops you up.
You don't have to keep carrying me.
I think we should have an honest debate about this, later. Not right now.
Alright, well... tomorrow.
Maybe the day after. I don't know.
You're procrastinating again.
No, I just am trying to protect your feelings because I know I'm going to win that debate.
Sure.
As you like it.
I do not.
Hun, I'm not even looking at you and I can see you blushing.
Shut up.
And she, like, chuckles to herself as she carries you over the couch, and you two, and Cactus jumps out of whatever hole in whatever, wherever he's, the smallest space he could be in, he jumps out of it and comes to chill with you two on the couch.
I think Arcturus does just scoop Cactus up in his arms and gives her a little kiss on the forehead.
Cactus, puts your nose in, is Cactus a he or she? I forgot.
She.
Puts your nose in her mouth, but doesn't, like, actually bite you, just sort of like, ah.
You confuse me. I don't understand you. You're weird.
Meow.
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 But yeah, you all sit and cuddle for a bit. At some point, while Amara is, like, half asleep, Cactus, like, jumps off of you two, goes over somewhere, goes over to somewhere on the floor and just starts going.
No, Cactus, no. Cactus, stop. Please.
Meow.
Do you need to go outside?
She, like, looks at you, like, holds your stare for a second. And then pitter-patters outside, and then walks out the little cat door, and then stands outside and sticks her head in so that she can still throw up onto the floor. So you can just kind of hear that near the entrance.
Can I just make, like, some sort of dex check to, like, wriggle free of Amara's, like, iron tight grasp to go over and clean that up?
Dex versus athletics. Let's go.
Okay.
I'm saying
Is it
she
dex
has a
save?
I'd say this is, since you're not, I'm saying since you're already in it, this would be a dex check.
Oh.
What do you think Amara's strength score would be?
+3.
+3?
+4.
All right,
actually.
and I'm saying +4, and I'd say she has proficiency in athletics. So we're gonna make this a +6.
Damn. You're so mean.
That's a 17 on her end.
16 on mine.
Dang. So she is, like, half asleep, but she's like, no,
Please, I need to... Cactus threw up. I need to go clean it up.
It's easier to clean up when it's dried.
No, it's not.
Persuasion check.
I have a +6 in persuasion? Dirty 20?
Dang. So she's just like, fine. You know, I'm gonna go make tea. I want tea. You want tea?
Yes, please. Make sure you use the lavender kind. I like that one.
I know. It's the one that smells nice. And she, like, before you go, is like, thank you for cleaning that up, by the way. Gives you a little kiss.
Of course. And Arcturus just kind of like walks over and... Can I cast Ice Knife on it to freeze it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Arcturus just cast Ice Knife on it.
Do you not have prestidigitation?
No. I do not have it prepared.
Dang. Yeah, so ice knife it is.
Yeah, and then Arcturus just... Let me double check, actually. Yeah, I don't have it. I do have Moonbeam, though. Crazy. And he just, like... He casts Ice Knife on it. And opens the door, and using one of Amara's shoes... Because he doesn't have any by the door, because he's barefoot most of the time.
Yeah.
Just kicks it out down the stairs. And then walks down and then covers it with some sand. Ow. Look what you did. Why do you always throw up inside?
She like walks up to you and like nuzzles along your leg.
Is it because you don't like Amara? I always clean it up. You know I always clean it up.
She's in just fully playing the like clueless and adorable card and just like rubbing against your legs and purring.
You're something else. You're a little manipulator. That's what you are. He just kind of like squints at Cactus for a bit. I should have left you on that street corner where I found you. But I didn't because I love you. And he scoops her up.
She just kind of goes limp and just does the little noodle legs.
Okay, I can't stay mad at you when you do that. You have to stop. Okay. He just like carries her back inside.
Amara's in the kitchen. She's heating up some water for tea. She looks over to you. What time are you thinking of going to bed? I'm a little tired.
I'm surprised. Usually you stay up later.
Yeah, I'm not that tired. I just want cuddling. You've seen through my clever ruse. Hello?
Sorry, I was thinking.
What's up? You've been a little off today.
It's just one of those days, you know?
And she like ushers for you to come into the kitchen with her.
He does. very like slowly steps inside.
Alright, so I'm gonna pull you into a hug. And then you're not leaving my arms for the rest of the day, alright?
Can I get a second to think about it?
Alright, you get 1 second to think about it.
Like 1 second, or like...
Well, that's what you asked for. I mean,
No, I asked for a second. I didn't ask for 1 second.
alright, I'll give you 2 seconds.
2?
Finish your tea and then you can decide.
Okay. Arcturus like picks up his teacup and like makes a very exaggerated like display of drinking it very slowly.
You get like a glare and a like smirk that can't quite be battled down from
How have you been sleeping?
I've been sleeping alright. I've been a little restless, but you know, I've had this new pillow the past couple years. That's been really nice.
Oh, how many years?
Hey, one, how many years?
How many years?
Yeah.
5.
It's been around 5 now. It's been really helping.
Oh, really? That's wonderful. Did you get a tax write-off?
Yeah, it has been very nice for the financials, I will say. Is there anything I can do to help you feel better?
Not really. Not that I can think of, at least.
She like makes a thinking face for a second, then gives you a little kiss on the forehead. How about that? Did that help?
A little, yeah.
She does like 3 to 4 more. How are we feeling now?
Better. Yeah.
I can stop if you'd like me to.
Do you think the people in town will ever stop saying things?
Oh, did one of them?
It's... They mumble a lot when I'm around.
I had to switch jobs and become the sheriff. I think that would do more good.
I think you're better suited as the mayor.
Yeah, you're biased.
Biased how?
Well, biased one, because you like me and you're in love with me, so you want me to be in office. And biased two, you're a doctor, so you would not like it if I had the ability to arrest the people, arrest and possibly beat up the people that spoke bad about you.
True. I also wouldn't like
Yeah.
my wife going around beating people up for my sake.
I'd kind of like it.
I wouldn't.
I know. But no. Seriously. One, those people are bad. Those people are gross. And two, how many of them have interacted with you? Ever?
Like 5?
Do any of them know you? Have any of them had more than just like either you patching them up or just like a passing like remark?
I suppose not. I saw your father in town again today.
Yeah, that's where he lives. I wouldn't be surprised if he tended to be around there sometimes.
I'm sorry for bringing it up. I just thought you should know.
No, I appreciate it.
Do you miss him?
I miss my dad. I don't miss him. But I think him's all I've got now right now.
He like sets his teacup down. I'm sorry you had to stop talking to him for my sake.
No, I stopped talking to him for my sake. You just happen to be a catalyst. And, hey,
Hey,
we're not apologizing for loving each other. That's not how this is going.
he like nods.
It is not your fault that my father or people in town happen to be awful. They were awful long before you got here. You didn't make them like that. You just make yourself a target because they don't like seeing you be good. They're very upset that you proved them wrong.
Sometimes I don't feel that way.
Well, and I love you, but a lot of times your feelings are a little too rude to my husband.
I like it when you say that.
Yeah. What, think about your feelings or just calling you my husband?
That part.
Oh, my husband likes it when I call him that.
Yes.
My husband gets very cute when he does this with his antenna. It's adorable. I'm gonna give you a warning. I'm gonna ruffle your hair now.
Okay.
And she like ruffles your hair. She like scritches your chest floof.
Don't get too lost in it. I know you'll sit there for hours, zoning out. Just and he makes like a little grabbing motion with his hand.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're doing it now.
I almost made the home improvement noise. Ow, my calf just cramped. Hold on.
Are you okay? Are you okay, love?
I'm dying. I'm dying. I'm not your wife. I never have been. It's me. It's just... Okay, I'm back now. Alright. Well, would my husband allow me to escort him to bed so we can maybe read a book and then go to sleep?
Let me ask him. And he turns around and starts miming a conversation with himself.
She just takes this opportunity to like wrap her arms around you and sit her head on your shoulder.
What's he saying?
Well, he drives a hard bargain. But I think...
What's his demands?
I think that his wife is there when he wakes up in the morning and gives him a lot of kisses. And I think he'll be willing to accept the deal.
I think it can be arranged.
Wonderful.
Can I ask a condition on these kisses? Do they have to start in the morning, or can they begin early?
How early?
It's. So I've already got them here, so it could be like 6 seconds.
6 seconds from now.
From the agreement of the deal, of course.
The agreement of the deal. Give me a second to ask. He, picks up his teacup and just drains it. I think that's a yes.
6, 5.
No, don't start counting down.
4.
No,
It's already been agreed on. 3.
Don't. Stop
2,
the countdown. Stop.
1. Please.
He just kind of stares at her for a second. Fine.
Big red drow puppy eyes.
Fine.
One.
You just get smothered.
I'm drowning. Help! I'm drowning.
You don't need oxygen. It's fine.
I'm being suffocated. Help me! I can't breathe.
And you all head off to bed. Is there anything else you want to do before the end of the night?
I think Arcturus, after they finish reading a book, just climbs right on top of Amara and plops down.
Oh, hi, honey.
Hi.
Is that where you're sleeping tonight?
Yeah, I know you get cold.
I do. I am not cold now. This is very helpful.
Yes.
You're so thoughtful.
Yeah, I try to be. He pulls up the blanket over the two of them and just kind of rests his head in his hand, rests his chin in his hands. It's just kicking his feet behind him.
She's just playing with your hair.
So,
Yeah.
any juicy secrets you want to tell me before we go to bed? About your job, specifically. I want to know the drama.
Let's see. Trying to think of anything special happened. Oh, you know Suzette?
Yeah?
Her and Yoren have eloped.
Really?
Yeah.
I was wondering why I didn't see them in town.
Yeah, no, they're apparently they're coming back sometime. But it wasn't even because of family or anything. It just kind of was what they felt like, apparently.
I mean...
Because, I know Suzette's family, and they love Yoren. They would have been overjoyed.
Yeah. They're strange.
Yeah, they're odd. What else? Let's see. We're having to slightly up the tax on on important certain of the, or not important, exporting certain of the like cow meat. Which ain't great, but doing what we have to.
I mean, as long as you don't start asking me to turn into a cow, I think we'll be fine. Was that in poor taste? I can't. You're staring at me weird.
You'd be very cute as a cow. I was doing some thoughts.
Were you seriously considering it?
I mean, you would have.
I'm starting
Cow
to
eyes are
worry
already
for my.
cute.
I'm starting
Cow
to worry
eyes are-
for myself.
Cow eyes are already like big and cute. Imagine if they were yellow.
I'm imagining it, yeah.
You're the one that put the thought in my head. This is entirely on your shoulders.
No, definitely not. You know I
Yeah,
love you,
that's-
right?
Oh, I love you too. And yes, I know. I'm aware. Do you know I love you?
Yeah.
And you know you deserve it.
I try to remember that.
Say it again. Say you deserve it.
He like groans and like buries his head into like Amara's chest. I deserve love.
Correct. Now, you also deserve sleep. I'm tired.
Can we just stay up the whole night?
Now that is quite the offer. But you need sleep.
Fine.
How about the weekend we'll pull an all-nighter? We'll agree on one.
Yeah, I think that sounds nice.
Good night, my love.
Good night.
Okay.
Give me like 1 second.
Will do.
God, they're so cute!
That was fun.
I've composed myself.
How's the voice for her?
That's great. I loved it.
So yeah, so you two drift off to sleep. Both of you equalizing out the temperature of the other.
Ideal.
And as you sleep, Arcturus, in all of the mentions in myth and scribe of prophecy, the gift of visions, they speak of it in all of its wonders, its foreseeing all of its dangers, things that would come to pass. None of them mention how much it hurts. It starts as a pressure in your fingertips, right where those black markings start. It rises up through your hands, starting to build in your veins, in your tendons, pushing itself further, tightening, almost like a permanent cramp as it goes up the markings on your arms, through your shoulders and into the veins of your neck, until finally this searing, scathing pressure hits your eyes, and your eyes blacken as if you stood up too fast. And then they clear. Visions mostly come to you of the future, either through your eyes or Vale's. Occasionally it will be more of a memory. But in these memories you can see more than you had. Your vision clears in a gala. You look down. Your hands are smaller. You're wearing... You know this outfit. You wore this outfit once. You dared to wear this outfit once. Arcturus, what do you do?
Seeing as he's aware this is a memory, I think he... Just what state is... Like what period of time is it in this particular event, I guess?
Like what time of day?
How far into the event is he?
This is just after your encounter with Miriam the first time that night. It seems that your memory was kind enough to have skipped past that.
I think Arcturus just kind of like wipes the tears from his eyes and just follows along with what he remembers, just hoping to get this over as quick as possible. But it also gives him the ability to see someone he hasn't seen for a long time. And he steps outside into the garden of Archville Manor, looking for his sister. And like every time he's experienced this or relived this memory, he finds her overlooking a lower level of the garden, the grounds that lie underneath Archville Manor. And walks up and leans against the railing with her.
You see her tuck a vial back into her tunic. The faintest glint of glass in moonlight before it goes in the folds of her attire. She doesn't say anything. Both of you stand there. The faint rustle of wind through the foliage, all of these like gloriously maintained bushes. Just,
I think Arcturus knows he's not gonna get anything from this. He can't possibly know this, but he does ask different questions every time he dreams about this. I always wondered why you were so interested in that vial.
As every time you try, are painfully reminded that even though you can say new things, you can add new things to this memory. There is no more veil to write. And you cannot gain new memories of her. She continues as if you had stayed silent the whole time. She pulls the vial out, flips it between her fingers, and hurls it into the garden.
I still wish it could have been me. I know you would get angry at me for thinking that. I know you would yell and curse me out for thinking something like that, but you were more important than I ever was. And
You went to...
sorry.
You went too late. Earlier. And you feel yourself... and you are back before your encounter with Nerium in the same memory. You were at the top of the stairs just before just as you're entering. You hear, as you're walking down the stairs, you hear the idle chatter of the court members. You hear a mention of an experiment. This is not an insignificant memory, but one that doesn't hold as much weight as the rest of the night. This is something that your brain doesn't tend to hold on to for whatever reason. This is not the part of the night that you reminisce or wince in remembrance at. This is just, I don't know, it's just something that happened. But for some reason, you're back in this memory.
Arcturus looks over some of the gathered Fae. He recognizes a few faces. The heads of the Katonos household. Their daughter nowhere to be seen, as always. He takes a step down the stairs. Off towards the center of the room is his father. He knows he's watching. He always is. He's here to prove himself, and he knows he can't change much. So he gathers his plate of food like always, and he sits down at a table with some of the higher ranking Fae to not converse but be present.
You take a seat at the table. A few faces you recognize. And one... You're falling further into this memory. You're becoming more seated in the you that you were when you experienced this. It's becoming further from a memory and closer to an experience. But even as you are losing that thread of past tense, you don't remember this man being here. He was not of a significant height, maybe 5'8", 5'9". In typical court attire, but with these unusual, very puffy sleeves that seem to be made for gesticulating. He wears this strange buttoned corset which you're like, for a second, you have like the brief thought of like, buttons would make a corset inoperable, you would think. But for some reason his has them. 5 chains like lead from this corset, as it has these like 5 pockets in it. It's a very odd piece of attire, but then it goes into more typical court, what would be a bare-shouldered tunic if not for these boisterous sleeves. A cravat sort of elegantly ruffles from the neck into a very like charming and handsome face. He has the like ever so slight bit of stubble, as if he'd shaved maybe 2 days ago, and this wasn't worth shaving away yet. A mustache that is waxed and twirled to perfection. These very elegant but simple glasses that rest on his nose, and the hardest part to remember about him is his eyes. But when you try and get a glimpse of them, it just seems like normal green eyes. He has this like coiffed, swooped hair. Seems expertly maintained, and he's just sort of like he wrings his hands and he laughs along with the laughs along with the other court members at the table.
I don't think Arcturus says anything, just kind of stares at him for a moment, trying to put a name to this face. Should I roll a history check?
Yes, roll me a history check with disadvantage.
Oh god, he gives disadvantage? Fuck. Oh, that's a crit. Oh boy, I just wasted that crit. What? That's a dirty 20.
Dang.
I rolled a 15. I have a +5 in history.
Arcturus, you don't. This is above board. This is not something that Arcturus realizes in this moment. This is a feat that not many can claim to remember this man's name on sight of him, if he did not wish it to be so. This is one of the very few boons of being in your father's study as much as you are. Is because there is one piece of clutter in that room that people less familiar with the face would not, with the space would not recall, which is, let me pull up his name real quick, because I forgot the full one. But on a dirty 20, you remember. On a dirty 20 with disadvantage, you remember it for sure. Kasov Alatris Kalar Andreluin. But yeah, so he sees you make eye contact with him. And he this like bright smile. He has like white like aligned teeth, but not too aligned, not too bright. But he just gives like a very like genuine smile. It's like, oh, Arcturus, my boy, it's very good to see you again. How are you enjoying the festivities?
Arcturus just kind of like looks at him for a bit, just not having remembered this at all. I'm doing well.
He sees this bit of confusion on your face, and you see his smile You see he has dimples, by the way. I would like to point out that he has dimples.
Oh, of course he does.
And you can see his face dimple a little bit more as the smile widens. Oh, we were just discussing we were just discussing the latest experiment by the court. Said to bring great aid in the efforts. Have you seen it?
I can't say I have. I've been more focused on my studies than...
Oh, of course, of course. And then he like leans in a little bit with like a raised eyebrow, like a conspiratorial, like, "Ooh, we're about to break the rules." He's like, "Would you like to?"
I don't think my father would approve.
I assure you, your father will be none the wiser.
Arcturus like looks a little scared, like a deer caught in headlights, before like adamantly shaking his head.
Would let's see, hold on, check something real quick. Does a 25 persuasion do anything to dissuade his worries?
The thing is, you are weighing against Arcturus's fear of Altair,
That's true.
and I was gonna give you a 20 as the DC. A 25 will succeed.
And I assure you, as you know, I work closely with your father, and I'm sure he would want you to see this.
Will you vouch for me?
Oh, of course, Arcturus. You know I always have your back.
Arcturus just kind of like gives him a look, like up and down real quick.
He like gives you a little wink.
I will. Yes, you can show me.
Come on. He like leads you through the crowd. To this, there are two gilded golden cages. Almost bird cage-esque. One holds a tiefling woman. This one is more off to the side. And then the other, more prominent, more central, as if it's a greater accomplishment than merely a alteration of bloodline and magical inheritance. This is a feat of arcane engineering. This is the court's newest and greatest experiment. You see a boy about 3 to 4 years old, a shock of fiery orange hair. Even at this age, he's starting to get these like harsh eyebrows and these those like smooth but angular half-elven features.
I think Arcturus just kind of for a second, like, just places his hands on the bar of the cage. And knowing he's not supposed to, does kind of reach out for him.
This child, Arcturus, you unfortunately bear a striking resemblance to your father. And this child backs up as far to the edge of the cage as it can.
Arcturus just kind of slowly withdraws his hand. What? Why is he here?
He's... I don't know, just show you. And he... like reaches his finger to the bars of the cage. Come on, bud. Come on. And the kid, his, pupils, dilate to the point where you're sure this kid can barely see anything with how bright this room is. And he, like, sort of almost is drugged to Kasov. As Kasov places his pointer finger to the child's temple, and runes inscribed in his neck, his chest, his shoulders, his hands, and his thighs, all burst forth with flame, both engulfing him and reopening those wounds as this child begins to wail and scream.
I think Arcturus just like turns to Kasov and is like, "Put him out, please."
Hold on. This is the best part. We've been working on
No,
this.
no, please.
And as you continue to protest, you see Kasov, a like glint in his eye. He's like, "Hush! You can no longer speak." Give it a second. And the child, as the flames begin to die down in you see this child's flesh is scorched. But that blackened burn begins to creep off of its skin, flaking away into the vague shape of a humanoid before dispersed into the wind. As this child is back to normal, except with a little bit fresher of scars. You feel the whatever tongue tie had found you had lifted now.
I think Arcturus just kind of like starts to back up. He like looks at the cage this kid is in, and the one that the tiefling that is probably around 5 to 6 years old at this point, and just like starts backing away from Kasov.
What's wrong, Arcturus?
You're hurting them.
Perhaps. But, don't know that. And all of a sudden, it's odd, you were at a dinner table a second ago. There are more important things now because you're making eye contact with the area. And this memory falls back. The ground shatters beneath you in a swirl of marble and wind and topiary. As Arcturus regains a memory he should not have. This storm settles again. At a much different site. Arcturus, could you please describe Orion as he stands over your sister's corpse?
Orion stands at currently a good 5'11" to 5'10". He's wearing what many would consider is standard regalia for a court soldier. His halberd gripped tightly in hand as he breathes heavily, standing over Vale's wheezing and coughing form. Arcturus, in a fit of despair, in what could possibly be described as just panic, rage, pushes Orion out of the way and begins trying to stop the bleeding coming out of the gaping wound in Vale's back.
Arcturus, in this moment, roll me a medicine check. You may use your current day stats.
All right. Ten.
Now, even in this memory, you are working with your current expertise as a doctor. But you attempt to seal up this wound, to stop the bleeding, to put pressure. When you hear a grandfather clock chime 3 times from inside of the court, and you feel 2 fingers be placed on the back of your neck at the point when your brainstem is closest to the flesh. No. We can't have traitors in the family. It doesn't befit us. Give her a moment. She just needs to catch her breath. If only your brother Orion was here. But unfortunately, he was not. If only you had gotten here sooner. And Arcturus, as your memory is modified, in a way deeper and more permanent than the previous. This memory spins back up and is lost as Arcturus tries to grab hold of this recollection and loses it, and is instead thrust back into the recollection that he has lived through far too many times. Vale is dying or dead, and Arcturus did not get there soon enough.
Arcturus just, in his panic, just begins screaming for help. For someone to come, for someone to help her, to fix her, to make her better. Begging anyone that might be able to hear him that he can't lose her. And no help comes. Nothing can be done. He feels as her lungs grow heavy with blood. She watches as it chokes and gurgles out of her mouth as she takes her final breaths and finally lays still for the final time. And he sits there.
Oh, so sorry.
No, it's all good. And he sits there, just still trying to help her. Still trying to get blood flowing, even though he knows it is futile.
Arcturus, your screams for help rise up and leave your throat and your mouth in a mote of light, and begin to, still emitting those screams, someone get help. Please, someone help her. This orb begins to slowly float off into the night. Do you follow it?
I think Arcturus has no choice but to follow it.
You follow your own panicked screams for miles, for days. You age. You grow older. You're an adult. And then you're older than you are now. And you find, instead of grass, you find sand under your feet. And these screams of someone help, someone do something, they stop sounding like your voice as you hear the people of July cry out as this mote of light explodes into a inferno that begins to creep its way along the town you live in. There is screams of agony, screams of terror, and there is a ever-present crackling of wood burning. There is a single banner on a spear that is planted in the ground. You cannot see the flag itself, but this is a Crusade war stave. You have finally escaped memory and fallen backwards into prophecy.
I think Arcturus, knowing he can't change anything with this vision, as it hasn't happened yet, he tries at first to recognize what perspective he's seeing this from. And upon seeing that he's seeing it from his own eyes, moves closer to the war stave and tries to find something, anything, identifying features, the position of the stars, just a date, a time, or a deadline.
I will ask you before I narrate as somebody who's more familiar with the story than I. Does he find it?
There's a certain chill in the air, and while the desert is cold at night, it is especially colder in the winter, as the spirits of wind blow from the east into this land, chilling and freezing.
I think you cut out.
Oh. Beep, 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 beep. Am I back?
I could hear that.
Alright, cool. I think Arcturus, as he stands there, feels this chill run through the air, and while the desert is is cold at night, it is especially so in the winter, as the spirits of wind sorry.
No, you're good.
As the spirits of wind from the east blow into this land, blow into this land and chill it. Am I still cutting out?
It's, yeah.
Well, I don't think I can do too much about it. I think we're good. I think we're past it. I think we're good.
The storm's blowing over.
The storm is blowing over. Good. Okay. Just a slight hiccup. But yeah, he notices a chill in the air, signaling it's winter time. As a gust of wind flows through, traveling all the way from the wind spirits of, I think you said the east.
Yeah, it's
that
east sounds right.
That flow through this land and bring forth winter and cold and chilling, and signal death for plants and animals alike. And I think that is all he's able to gather, is just winter. Perhaps later, late fall, early winter.
You observe the weather and the moving of the spirits. As a druid, you are in tune with nature and its movements and its emotions. The pressure in your eyes is getting to be too much. There is a hissing as that pressure builds to its ultimate. You cannot read the banner. You cannot tell what year this is, how far in your future this is. There is a tall man with a long black coat and a wide-brimmed hat that walks between the burning buildings. Not in malevolence, not in benevolence, just watches. And as you try and read that banner one last time, you feel a pop, almost as if your eyes burst in your skull and you black out and wake up with a jolt in a pool of cold sweat in your bed with your wife.
I think Arcturus, like, grabs the left side of his chest where his heart rests and just tries to ease the pain that flashes there as his heart skips almost out of fear, and very clumsily stumbles out of bed and collapses onto the floor. Pain ricocheting through his back. Searing and like shards of glass rest under his skin. As he tries to calm his breathing, his hand scrambling for his staff to help him stand.
I will let you choose whether Arcturus is alone in this or not. Does Amara wake up?
I think she's grown accustomed to Arcturus just waking up in the middle of the night, like, and probably mid-panic attack. And most of the time, he does sleep on top of her, so I think she would notice that weight, while not a lot for her, is missing.
So yeah, so Amara stirs, missing her normal weight on her chest, and then sees you on the floor reaching for your staff, and immediately, like, quickly gets out of bed, rubs sleep from her eyes, oh, honey, and like starts trying to ground you. She tries to get you to sit up and tries to breathe with you.
And yeah, I need to go.
Hold on. Just sit for a second. For 6.
I think he does allow her to guide him through this breathing exercise.
You breathe with Amara for a moment. Out for 4. 1, 2, 3. She begins to like sort of massage through your palms. You're speaking cryptically and just saying, I need to go, which normally indicates a vision more than a nightmare. And your hands are where it starts to hurt first, so it's where it hurts the most. So she starts trying to, like, remind your hands that they are not under attack.
I think after a second, the twitching in his hands from just responses to pains that aren't there does begin to ease. But there's a clear shake in them now.
And what happened?
I saw something.
Here, slow down. You don't have to tell me right now. Give yourself a second. Do you want my shoulder? You can cry on my shoulder for a little bit if you like.
Arcturus just nods, his lip quivering, before just sobbing into her shoulder.
Come here. She pulls her husband to her and strokes the back of your head. It's alright. It's alright. Let it out. I've got you. I've got you. And she just holds you until your sobbing calms or subsides.
I can't stay here.
Honey, what do you mean?
I saw something bad. Bad. It was the court. They were here. Everything was on fire. Everyone was screaming and I have to go. I have to.
Honey.
He begins scrambling for their dresser and starts digging through it.
Honey, hold up. Why do you have to? I know you had a vision, but why? The court thinks you're dead. Why would you leave and change it?
I never came back, and they might assume I didn't finish the job, and they might be back to hurt you and hurt everyone. And he grabs a bag and starts stuffing it full of items. And I was there, and I have to. I can't stay.
But why? And you can see Amara is roll me an insight check, if you would like.
Oh, damn. What's my insight score? 4. 19.
You can see even as Amara is trying to comfort you, the internal monologue of another one is leaving. Even as she is trying to de-escalate. Honey, what? If we can, there's other solutions to this besides you leaving. Please.
He like shakes his head adamantly. I can't risk it. I can't let them hurt you. I can't let them.
You're not steady. We can, there's other ways. We can move town. We can hide. We can get help.
But what about everyone else? What about all of them? There's nowhere for miles. We can't evacuate everyone.
Well, we could send for help. We could. There's cities. There's big cities with lots of soldiers. We could send for Caribbean Knights. They would protect us.
I could go. I could get help. I could leave and I could get help and I'd come back.
Why don't we both go?
You have to run this place. I can't. They won't care if I'm gone.
I don't care.
I don't want to leave.
I don't want you to leave, so don't leave. You have to go.
I have to. I'll write you every step of the way. I'll keep you updated. I'll tell you which town I'm going to next, and you can send your letters there. And I'll come back. I promise I'll come back. But
I'm going to.
Are we both crying?
Yeah.
Fuck.
I'm going to do something very hurtful.
Okay.
Amira is going to roll an insight check on Arcturus as he says that. Because as much as she trusts Arcturus, she has never had the slightest inkling to trust the phrase, "I'll come back." That is a, what would we say her wisdom is?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Maybe like a 14.
Okay, so +2, so that's an 8.
Arcturus has every intention of coming back. She gets the sense that it's not like, and this sounds weird, and I need you to know, like, this is not how I mean it, but this is the only way I can explain it. It's not because he wants to come back, it's because he cannot physically, like, live without her. And so he has to come back. It is, in his mind, it is not a choice.
Would you just stay for another day? Just one more. I could help you. I could help you pack. I could get you. We could gear you up. I want you to be safe. I don't want you to leave.
I don't have a lot of time. But I'll stay for one more night. For one more day.
I don't think either of us are gonna get much sleep tonight, so I guess we're pushing that all-nighter forward a little bit.
I guess we don't have a choice.
And that's where we're gonna end the session 0.
Fuck! God!
Ah.
Sage, how you doing? Can
How
we
you
check in
doing,
on
Sage?
Sage?
God. Ow.
This is what happens when you put me and Junebug in a room.
God. Pain.
Leave me alone in a room with that twink and I'll make him cry. And it's just this. You think it's gonna be fun? No, it's just this.
Oh, God. I'm like actually dehydrated from crying now. I shed so many
No, for
tears,
real.
man.
I drank a full beer stein of water during the session because of that.
So real. Like, dude, I don't think you understand. I wasn't doing a voice for that.
I was doing a voice for about half of it, but some of it was very real.
God!
Ooh.
Oof.
Also, fun detail that hurt. I'm a person whose hands seize up when they get really stressed.
Oh.
Ow.
Did your hand seize up?
No, but just realizing that, like, oh, that I'm seeing that in Arcturus and I know what that's like.
Yeah.
Because my hands seize up and start to, like, shake uncontrollably. When I am, like, very tired and very stressed.
Mm-hmm.
It really sucks. And I was like, oh, my poor boy. I want to protect my husband from this.
Oh, God.
Good job, us. That
Good
is
job,
like-
us. Do I
Good-
go into the
good job.
campaign with inspiration for that?
Oh, for sure. You have earned that inspiration that I owe you.
Yeah. This does not
Earn
feel
that.
good. This does not feel good. This should be a celebration.
bad.
This feels bad, man. This feels bad.
Oh, ow. My eyes are dry. Oh.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, fuck. Oh, God.
I missed this.
For real.
Oof.
Oof.
I feel so bad that I have the biggest, dumbest grin on my face right now.
I hate you. I hate you.
It's,
I was like, I'm not gonna cry during my session 0. What?
I knew
Wrong.
you would.
No,
You were the
correct.
one that asked for this. You did this.
I wrote this. This is my fault. I'm the one that decided, yes, let's adapt the Odyssey because I read it recently while making Arcturus. And I was like, yeah, this sounds like a great idea. No.
It's more devastating that they spent one more day together.
Yes!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I didn't expect you to pull that shit on me, and I was like, oh god, no.
I didn't either. I wasn't here. I was Amara, and Amara was desperate to keep her husband, and she's known to procrastinate. So she was figuring it would work this time.
I'm gonna end stream so we can talk spoiler stuff. Denver, I know you're here. I know you're watching.
Thoughts on Cass